If you're looking to grow your online presence and make sales well at it, then this video is one that you must watch to have a clear understanding of how to actually find the buying audience who are in dire need of your product or your service. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video, we're going to be discussing how to create your first lead magnets. I'm going to give you the entire framework that I use to create lead magnets that brings me a minimum of 1,000 leads every single time. Now, for me, I like to create lead magnets at the beginning of the year and at the middle of the year. So you most likely will find me creating lead magnets in January and sometime around July or September. And that is just my personal preference. And as we go down further in this video, I will also explain why I really prefer to do mine that way. Does it mean I still don't generate leads intentionally every other month? I do, but then I develop resources for lead generation that will keep filling my email list, my audience bank all through the year. I do that majorly January and August, July. Now I've said all of that, but you don't even know what a lead magnet is, or you have vague ideas here and there, or you've heard people say it over and over, but you really deep down your heart do not know what that word means literally. So let me start with the definition like I always do. What is a lead magnet? A lead magnet is a valuable free resource that you give your target audience in exchange for their contact information. So the basic contact information you will be asking for when you are exchanging a lead magnet would be their name, their email, and maybe their phone number. Otherwise, the name and email address will do. Why are you asking for names and email addresses? Because you want to start email marketing, all right? So when people use the word email marketing, some people will tell you, oh, we're going to sell a list to you. The list has 5,000 people. You just keep messaging them and eventually some of them will buy. That is wrong and they can report you for that. It's an offense and you can be reported. So don't go that route. However, there is a safer route that actually is better because you get to talk to people who are actually in need of your product or your services, who can afford it. Maybe not immediately, but eventually. But you put them in your email list and you nurture them with your email marketing sequence. Okay? Now that we've defined what a lead magnet is, let's look at some types of lead magnet. Now, there's a very common misconception I've seen over and over. What is that? When we use the word lead magnet, everybody just assumes it has to be an ebook. Yes, that happens a lot, right? But really, it doesn't have to be just an ebook. A quiz can be your lead magnet. A template can be your lead magnet. A checklist can be your lead magnet. A preset, if you're a photographer, a videographer, you're into editing, can be your lead magnet. The ebook can be your lead magnet. A guide can be your lead magnet. A webinar can be your lead magnet. A video can be your lead magnet. The idea is that it is a highly valuable resource and you give it for free. You know, that thing that when people take for free, they are like, no, we should be paying for this because of the insane amount of value that you have put inside. Exactly. That is a lead magnet. So the formats can vary, but that doesn't mean that one is more effective than the other. The emphasis here is the value you have put in this resource that you're giving away for free. So much so that when people come in contact with it, the first reaction is, why is this free? So now let's talk about the creation of that valuable free resource that you're going to be giving people in exchange for their contact information. The first thing I want you to understand is that your lead magnet is only successful to the degree of research you do before you create it. One mistake I made when I was starting about 5 years ago was that I was always creating generic lead magnets. Now, let's imagine that I own a spa and I want to create a lead magnet for my spa business. And the first thing I do is to just sit down and, create a video or write an ebook where I'm talking about how to run a spa from start to finish, or how to open your first spa without getting a loan. This is coming off the top of my head, so flow with me, okay? So how to open your first spa without taking a loan. Now, first, what is the goal of my lead magnet? I want people to book spa appointments, right? But I have spent time in that free resource, whether it's an ebook or whether it's a video, telling people how I was able to open my spa without getting a loan. What is going to happen now is that the people who are going to find me are those who also want to open spas without getting loans. And most times they are not actually coming for my spa appointments, right? But my goal is actually to fill out my calendar for spa appointments. But now I've gone ahead to create a lead magnet, a free valuable resource that is bringing me an audience that cannot pay for the service I want my lead magnet to eventually generate leads for. So the first thing you want to do when you're generating the lead magnet is to identify your goal. When the goal is clear, we can move to the second thing, which is what? Who is the ideal target audience? Who is the ideal customer for this lead magnet I'm creating? Who exactly am I speaking to with this particular lead magnet? Don't try to speak to 7 people. Don't try to speak to 3 people. Speak to one person and find that one person in different scenarios and find them in different settings and keep speaking to that one person until they begin to multiply themselves. Okay? Now, what exactly are you speaking about to this one person? You need to have a clear understanding of their pains and desires. If this is your first lead magnet, there are 2 things you need to do to understand their pains and their desires. Every single time you encounter someone who you think actually is in need of a massage, what are the symptoms that tell you that, oh, this person is an ideal customer? What are the problems they have? What are they always complaining about? Oh, my back aches. Oh, I'm struggling with sleep. Oh, I'm so restless. Oh, I lack concentration at work. Those are what? The signs and the symptoms that tell you that, okay, this person needs a deep tissue massage. This person needs a Swedish massage. This person needs a hot stone massage. Because when we do the Swedish or when we do the deep tissue, we are able to attack heads on those stress hormones that put you in this place where you cannot concentrate, where you are less effective at work, and you're having all of those problems you are going through right now. Does that make sense? Do you understand how identifying the signs and symptoms is important in creating your lead magnet? Now, the second thing you may want to do, let's say, oh, your business is new. You've actually not quite engaged with a number of people. The next thing you want to do to get the pain points or see the signs and the symptoms of your target audience when you do not have an audience yet is to go to the comment section of your competitors, in quotes, right? Because some of them are so big, they're not even competing with you. They're just inspiring you to do what you do in your business, right? So you want to go to that comment section and see what people are saying. You want to pay attention to both the good comments, the bad, the ugly, because in there, right, in the intersection of the bad and the ugly comments lies the uniqueness that you can bring to the business. I'm going to take that again. In the intersection of the bad and ugly comments on every business owner's page in your industry lies the uniqueness that you can bring to that industry. Okay? So when you get there, you want to pay attention to those comments that are not so nice and find the unique solution that only you can provide and package it in your lead magnet. When you bring it as a solution, you are so sure, without an iota of doubt in your head, that there is an audience for this. There is a demand in the market for this. Why? Because you have gone through different comment sections of different people who have been in the game longer than you have, and you have identified the signs and symptoms. That is the second way you can know what your audience is in need of, all right? So that you can create a valuable resource as a lead magnet. The third is to go to the Google reviews. Most of these businesses are listed on Google, right? So you want to go to the Google reviews of those businesses and read the reviews that people have left, okay? So still using our spa example, you want to check out spa businesses maybe in your country on your city, on your state, or around you, and see the kind of comments that people have left for them. From the comment section, you can tell the kind of resource that will be valuable to people within a geographical area. And that is boom. That is crazy. That is so good. So when you are done with your lead magnet and you want to do your targeting, when you start running your ads, you know exactly the areas to target because Google has given that information to you ahead of time. And guess what? In your free resource, you can even make examples to locations that they are used to. You can use examples that are with things around you, things they can relate to. But bear in mind that they are not just the only audience you're going to be talking to in your lead magnet. So that is just, Jara in my pidgin language. So what are some tools you can use to create your first lead magnets? This information I'm giving you is premium because people actually charge $50, $100 to teach people how to create lead magnets. And in this video, I'm giving all of that away for free because this is also my lead magnet. There are a lot of expensive tools you really can use for generating your lead magnets, right? But I'm just going to go with 3 tools that do it for me every single time. Tool number 1 is your Google Doc. Yes. So you go to your Google Workspace and you open your Google document and you write. Okay. So Google can give you, an outline, the proper way to structure your outline, and you just put that there and you throw your thoughts around. The funniest part is if you don't like writing, you can actually do the audio. So which is something I've done before when I was writing one lead magnet one time and I was shocked at my level of productivity. I just wasn't in the mood to write. Every time I wanted to write, I had writer's block. So I would go to my laptop, I would go to my Google Docs and put on the microphone because you can write with audio. You can actually, talk to it and it just goes up ahead to write. And I would just sit there 30 minutes every morning. I did that for 7 days and my ebook was complete. So for example, I just opened my Google Docs, put on the microphone to record, and I go chapter 1. In this chapter, we're going to go in depth into lead magnet generation. What is a lead magnet? As I'm speaking, it's typing. So I am not typing. I am just in my head trying to get out my thoughts as authentic as they come, and they just flow freely down to the document. So that is the first document you really want to use when you're creating your first lead magnet. The second tool you want to use for your lead magnet is a very interesting tool that I really, 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 really love. But I'm going to tell you because it's effective is a tool called Canva. Now, Canva has been around for a while, but the upgrade they've done right now with all the AI installations, it is boom. So you want to use Canva to develop your lead magnet, okay? So they have templates for lead magnets, whatever your lead magnet may be, whether it's a quiz, whether it's a checklist, whether it's a template, whether it's an ebook or a guide, whatever it is, you can go on Canva and get a template and refine the template to reflect what you want to achieve, okay? Now, the last tool I really, really want you to use, especially if you are creating a video lead magnet, is a tool called CapCut. CapCut is going to do noise cancellation for you. CapCut is going to edit your face, make you look nice and proper. It's going to relight your background. It's going to add the finishing touches to your lead magnet in a way that it is just so beautiful to watch. It is so beautiful to look at. And you can also use it for personal pictures and product pictures. So right now you have in your hands everything you need to start creating your first lead magnet. I hope you use it, and if you do so, do tag me at Nancy Mosu on any social media platform and trust me to repost that lead magnet for you. Sometime we're going to talk about marketing your first lead magnet and all of that information, but for now, go put it together and let's look at it together. Go put it together. See you in the next video.